probably already know Earl's heart too, but he always, when we go pick him up for church, or he'd always first thing, I don't care if he was at the top of his game or kind of down, he'd say, "How's your mother? How's your mother?" He loved my mother. How's your grandson? And we love him. We love him. We love him.
That's
Well, Earl always done that. Put him first before he put himself. He talked about him first when he was going to church. Well, we all got his church, his brother and everything else. And he never cut nobody down, he never talked about nobody down. He was the best president. I'll see you when I get there, Earl. God bless.
one of the things that always stands out to me about Earl, obviously the love that he had for everybody else, which, as was stated by several people, it was obvious to see that. But being in this church for so many years and being in other churches for various amounts of years, Earl, being in the position that he was in life, loving everybody the way he loved them, he was a more faithful member of this church than regular church members that I've seen in places before. People that have been at churches for 15, 20 years that come up with some excuse not to get up on Sunday morning, or come up with some excuse not to do this or that. If Earl could physically be here, he was here. He'd come, walking in on his cane. He, as Pastor Ken stated, he'd come down, he'd anoint himself, he'd pray, and he'd come sit down. Doesn't matter when during the service he did it, but he was always here. And that really ministered to me. Because, everybody goes through times where we feel down, we feel like we don't want to go, we feel like we don't want to do this, and I'm thinking, man, Earl's there every week. What excuse do I have?
That's right.
And he was always here, and he loved everybody. And there wasn't a service that went by that he didn't always approach me before the service was over with. I was always just the drummer to him. That's all I was. But he always approached me before every service was over with. He never left without saying hi to me. He never left without stopping me. And as Nick stated so well, I'm going to miss his handshakes, and I'm going to miss his hugs. And we love him.
Jeremy was the drummer, but Mr. Ralph was the sheriff.
Yes, sir.
Drum boy, at the church son, drum boy, Mr. Son. Gentleman, but I know he's come. He called you. I really know it well. I like what you said right there.
All right, Earl, let's get it on.
Rock for Jesus.
Amen. Yeah.
I remember one time we picked Earl up, and it was our family and Joe, and we were going to another church's revival. And one thing about Earl is he always wanted to go to the Lord's altar. And other churches may not understood Earl like, his comfort level here, so it's a little different for them. But he walks in the door, and they had the pastor's glass of water. They didn't give him a bottle of water. Earl anointed himself with the pastor's water. And then took a drink, and, they all kind of looked at him, but that was Earl. And he'd go before, he went to the altar every time he saw him. And that is like my most memorable thing is Earl always wanted to be at the altar. He always wanted to kneel before the Lord. And, for me, that was such a reminder of where to go. Earl, he didn't have much earthly possessions that wasn't indisposable, and he just knew that all that mattered was going before the Lord. And sometimes we get caught up in other things and forget we just need to go before the Lord. So that's the most memorable thing I got.
Amen.
I remember one of the few things I remember of Earl was that we believed he praised and worshiped and at a fast speed, he'd be up there dancing around like this.
That's Earl.
Yeah. And I could just see him, I could imagine him dancing, in heaven.
Hallelujah.
For the Lord. Amen.
One of the, and Tanya reminded me of this when she was saying what she was saying. Pastor always pastoring, and we had at one point, a horse tank, I think is what it was. Here, I guess, there now. At that time, because we were having problems with the baptism, we set it out, but we had water in it. Well, I don't think the water had been changed out for a while in there. But Earl had come in and he saw that water and he went over and
Washed his face.
washed his face, or, you know, with Earl's background, I think he had a Catholic background, and he saw those things as, he was thinking of holy water.
Holy water.
And I think that's also why he had runs himself and so forth. But we can all remember something, you know, and one thing I think that we could learn from his life is that he was extreme. I think you could certainly say he didn't care what anybody else thought. He was Earl. No pretentiousness, no fake smile, no walls that pretended like he was something that he wasn't. He was who he was. And it is amazing how that sometimes when we have some things and we accomplish a certain thing in our life, that we begin to put up walls and put up these things that really portray not actually who we are. But Earl was Earl. And this letter I'm about to read is from his son, and he's currently incarcerated. And I'm going to read part of this here to you. And I read this so that you can kind of get the heart of what his son is feeling, and so that really corporately here tonight we can pray for his son. If any of you have ever spent any time in jail, you know that a minute seems like a day. It just seems forever. And so I would just encourage you to pray for him here tonight, but to continue to pray for him. He begins by saying, "Dear Dad, here I am writing you knowing I am probably never get a response, but it's something I have to do. I love you, Dad. Deep down, I think you knew that all along. I talked to you last night, but you didn't talk back. Why? I need to hear your voice. I need to know you're okay. All that surrounds me was the silence of the night and silent cries as tears fell from my face. I lost you, Dad, and now I feel lost and alone. I miss you. I wouldn't have traded you for the world. You were always unique to me, and I'll never forget every time Mom would be at work and I'd sneak you in the house to clean you up, or when I'd skip school to come hang out with you in the alleys. You would always tell everyone not to mess with you while you were thinking. I even remember when you used to always say, reality, learn it. I love you, Dad.